Good morning and welcome to Jesus Meditation. So we'll start with the invocation of Inayat Khan and we'll just jump right into it. I don't think I need to put it in the chat window. Towards the one, the perfection of love, harmony, and beauty, the only being united with all the illuminated souls who form the embodiment of the Master, the Spirit of guidance. Amen. And I'll put in the chat window the elemental breaths, the mantra that we'll be focusing on for each breath in the Aramaic language, just to bring us into this attunement with the language that Jesus spoke and attuning our breath to the elements, creating a living presence of these elements in our bodies and hearts. So we'll begin with the breath of earth. And we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And we breathe in Allah, which is the source of all the divine reality. And breathing out Ar-Ah, the word for earth or that individual being, and just attuning with our breath in and out through the nose. Allah, Ar-Ah. Noticing the stability of the ground beneath us and the rocks, seeing how there's strength and knowing that that strength is within us, in our bones and muscles and ligaments, the structure of our body within us. We'll move to the element of water, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. And again, we breathe in Allah, always breathing in the source, and breathing out Maya, the water and flowing of life. Noticing the water, the flow of water around us in the river, the lakes, the ocean, the dew on the trees, the rain from the sky. Knowing that that same element is flowing through us, between each of our cells, to our blood vessels, to our tears. Making that water a living being, or recognizing that living being of the water within us and around us. Breathing in through the nose, Allah, and breathing out through the mouth, Maya. I'll move to the element of fire. Breathing in through the mouth, Allah, and breathing out through the nose, Nura. Nura being the word for light and fire, intelligence. Allowing that radiating light within, the warmth of the sun, metabolism within each of our cells, the little furnaces that they are, keeping us at the right temperature. Again, breathing in Alaha through the mouth and breathing out Nurra through the nose. And moving to the element of air, breathing in through the mouth, Alaha, and breathing out through the mouth, Ruha. And Ruha being that spirit, holy breath, the breath that we know is what is keeping us alive, tuning to that source of all breaths, the connection between us with the air around us, that's within us, that moves through us. Breathing in through the mouth, Alaha, and breathing out through the mouth, Ruha. And moving to the breath of ether, the element really is all elements together, and it's just a natural, easy, refined breath through the nose or the nose and the mouth. Breathing in Alaha and breathing out Alaha, thanking the source of all of these elements and these living beings within us and around us that make up this human life on this earth. Breathing in Alaha, breathing out Alaha. An easy, refined breath. Welcome, those of you that have joined us since we started. Glad to see you here. We'll say together the Aramaic, or the prayer of Jesus, the Lord's Prayer in Aramaic. And I think because this is kind of possibly a new prayer for some people, I'm going to read one of the translations from Sadi, Neil Douglas Klotz's in English just to get a sense of what we're saying, and then we'll say it together in Aramaic. O birther, father, mother of the cosmos, focus your light within us and make it useful. Create your reign of unity now. Your one desire acts with ours. As in all light, so in all forms. Grant what we need each day in bread and insight. Loose the cords of mistakes binding us as we release the strands we hold of others' guilt. Don't let surface things delude us, but free us from what holds us back. From you is born all ruling will, the power and life to do, the song that beautifies all. From age to age it renews. Truly, power to these statements. May they be the ground from which all my actions grow. Amen. So we'll say it together in Aramaic. Avun bashmaya, nikkadish shamach, te malkutach, nechwe saviana chaikanam, debashmaya afbar a. Havlan lachma desunkanan yaumana, washboklan chalbain waktahain, Ikana dafkanan shvachan l'chayobain, Wela tahlan la nashuna, Ela patsan min bisha, Metol de lachi malkuta, Wahaila wa tashbukta, La alam almin, Amen. So this morning, we're gonna have an actually kind of easier Aramaic attunement than sometimes. It's really just basically one word we're focusing on. But I'm going to put in the chat window, if this helps you, the verse we'll be focusing on in the book of Mark. Let's see. Oops. There we go. So this is from the story of Jesus healing the deaf man. And so in this book of Mark, a lot of the stories are all about Jesus healing people or getting rid of the evil spirits or the demons. Or so really it's a book about his miracles, but really about really balancing that nafsha, that human limitedness, and connecting that with the ruha, the spirit, the source of our breath that gives us the unlimited connection with the divine. So in this verse, Mark 7:32-36, Jesus is healing the deaf man. So I'll read it in the English King James Version, and then we'll focus on one of those words in there. So, and I'll read the chapter about it too from Neil Douglas Klotz, but first we'll just read the verse. And he took him aside from the multitude and put his fingers into his ears, and he spit and touched his tongue, and looking up to heaven, he sighed and saith unto him, Ephphatha, that is, be opened. And straightway his ears were opened, and the string of his tongue was loosed, and he spoke again. So I'm just going to read a little attunement, as we usually do, from Neil Douglas Klotz on this verse, and some of the Aramaic words in here can help us understand a little more of what Jesus was saying and doing. So by putting his fingers in the man's ears and touching his tongue, Yeshua unites his sensing self, in Western scientific terms, his proprioceptive awareness, with that of the man. So say that again. Yeshua unites his sensing self with that of the man. The phrase, looking up to heaven, he sighed, reads in Aramaic, Har Bashmaya Wa Atana, which can also mean that he directed his awareness toward the source of sensation, vibration, sound, and light, Shmaya. In other words, the two persons are now united in the Shem of Allah, the vibration, the name, the sound of the divine. Then he uses the Aramaic word Fatah, which is mistakenly translated in the Greek text of the Gospels and also in King James. So in the verse that I copied it in the Bible, it says Fatah, but it was close. So it's actually Fatah, which I will put actually. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in your chat window so you can kind of see more how the pronunciation is in Aramaic. So Fatah. So he uses the Aramaic word Fatah. Its roots can be heard saying, "Be opened, expand, clear the way. Allow yourself to be penetrated by the waves of space that give and receive all sound, hearing, and speech." Through Yeshua's word and touch, the big R reality or divine reality itself, the source of all sound, accomplishes the healing based on that man's own trust. So, to summarize a little bit, it's the Fatah and we, as many of you are familiar maybe with this word that sounds the same, Fatah in Arabic is the same root sound of that being opened, expanding, and clearing the way. And in this case, it's that connection with the divine, with the Shemaya, the source of all sound and vibration, connecting with our senses and allowing that healing to take place with the opening and the clearing of the way. So we're going to just focus on this one word, Fatah, and say it many times. And we'll just say that together. And as per usual, we'll do an embodied practice of this, but we'll do it a little bit different today. So we're going to start with the embodied practice, then we'll bring it on to the breath. And then I'm going to bring us back out to bringing it back into sound, into movement, into eventually opening your eyes back up after our quiet meditation, just to get a sense of moving back into that opening and that expanding experience. But first, we'll get it into our bodies and voices, saying on the hands, hands on the heart, and then Fatah, and opening your arms out wide. Just getting that sense of expanding and opening, focusing on opening a way for healing in your life. What needs that healing, and really it's that opening of the heart, opening to the divine source of healing. And possibly you might focus on what might need healing around you in the world, or maybe a person that you can bring that opening to them as well, or to that place in the world that needs it. Fatah, 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 Vata, F, 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 Vata. Three more times. F, Vata, F, Vata, F, Vata. And bringing it into the breath, breathing in F into the heart space and breathing out Vata. Again, just opening on clearing the way, trusting faith in the healing that's needed. And just slowly moving this from the breath onto the voice, maybe putting hands on the heart, maybe even just starting with a whisper into the heart. Ethvata, ethvata. And bringing it on more to the voice, and maybe bringing some of the movements back, really opening up and slowly opening the eyes. Ethvata, 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 ethvata. Three more times. Ethvata, ethvata, ethvata. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the recording for just a moment if there's any sharing that anyone would like to do. All right, thank you, friends. Thank you for your sharing. And we will close with the prayer Pure by Hazrat Inayat Khan, attuning to our teachers and guides and prophets. Inspirer of my mind, consoler of my heart, healer of my spirit. Thy presence lifteth me from earth to heaven. Thy words flow as a sacred river. Thy thought riseth as a divine spring. Thy tender feelings waken sympathy in my heart. Beloved teacher, thy very being is forgiveness. The clouds of doubt and fear are scattered by thy piercing glance. A new hope is born in my heart by breathing thy peaceful atmosphere. O inspiring guide, through life's puzzling ways, in thee I feel abundance of blessing. Ah.